Okay, step 1 is choosing your domain name. So head over to hostgator.com and then click on Get Started. Now click on the hatchling plan. And here is where you get to choose your website's address. So decide what you'd like and then type that in here. And you can choose between .com or whatever you'd like here. Then enter a username and a security PIN and choose the billing cycle you'd like. I'm going to go with a whole year as it's slightly cheaper this way. Next, enter in your billing information and make sure to use an email address that you can access, as HostGator will email you with your login details after. Next, you'll see it's added on extras here, so you want to uncheck these as you don't need them. And now you want to enter the coupon code here. So enter WordPress Hero and validate it, and you'll see the cost to go right down, saving you up to 60% of your entire hosting depending on the hosting package you choose. Now when you're happy with everything, click on checkout now and you'll be the proud owner of your very own website address. Okay, fantastic. You'll now receive a couple of emails from HostGator with your login details and some links to different things. You want to find the cPanel link here and click on that. Perfect. Now scroll down and find software and services. Here it is, and click on quick install. Now click on WordPress and then select your domain name from the drop down here and click next. And now enter in a few details here like your name, your blog title, username, first and last name and email. Then click on install. WordPress is now being installed to your website and you'll receive your website login details here. So write these down and then click here. Then you should see this page where you can log into your website to start creating it. Sometimes you'll get a page saying it's not available. So just wait a few minutes and try again. Then log into your website and you're done. Congratulations, you've now got your website up and running. Sometimes you have to quickly head over to hostgator.com and then click on Customer Login, then HostGator Customer Portal. Log in using the email and password that you received. Click on Domains, click on your domain, find Name Servers and click on Change, and then select Automatically Point My Domain to my hosting account and then save. And then head back to your website login, enter your username and password, and you're done. Congratulations, you've now got your website up and running. So let's get on to step 2. This is your website's dashboard. It's like the heart of your website where you can edit it and change the different things. Click on the cross for any messages that may have popped up to keep this area organized. On the left is a toolbar with lots of different options, and we'll be getting into a few of these in a moment. So what does your website look like right now? Let's find out. Go up here and open this up in a new tab by right clicking. Here's how your website looks right now. It's like a diamond in the rough. It doesn't look like much, but that's about to change. Just wait and see. So head back to your dashboard by clicking on your other tab or on dashboard here. Now you'll see it says your site is displaying a coming soon page. Click here once you're ready to launch. Let's click here to launch now, so when we view our site, it's not showing us a coming soon page, but the actual website we're creating. Okay, let's now get your website's pages created. So go to Pages on your toolbar and All Pages. Delete any default pages you might have, and then click on Add New. All you do here is add a page title. So for this one, write Home, and then click on Publish here. Great, now click on Add New again and write About, then publish that, Add New again, and for this page write Contact and publish that one. Perfect, you've now got all your website's pages created and you're ready to start customizing each one. Now let's very quickly go to settings here to make sure the foundations of your website are correctly set going forward. So let's start on General. You want to remove your site title and tagline, and your email address is here. And just so you know, you never want to change these here. It'll stop your website working properly. Now save at the bottom and then go to Reading. Here you want to change this to a static page, and for homepage select Home. Then save that and go to Permalinks. Here you want to select Post Name, as this makes it much easier for search engines like Google to find your website. So people searching for your business or service will find your website. Make sure to save everything and you're done. You've now got strong foundations for your website and you're ready to start customizing it and making it unique. So let's now go to Appearance and Themes, and then click on Add New here. So a theme is the look and feel of your website. There are thousands of different themes. Some are great and some are really not. That's why we've gone through and found the best one to use, which is called Ocean WP. This is going to work perfectly with Elementor and Envato elements. So search for that here, and here it is. Now all you do is click on Install and then Activate. So you've just changed your entire website. It's still a blank canvas for you to make as you like, and that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to guide you on how to create this exact website with all the images included, so you can get this done faster than ever before, easily and super fun too. On your toolbar, go to Plugins and Add New. A plugin is a little tool which enhances your website. It adds functionality. Plugins can be amazing and they can really boost your website. The plugins you're going to use are called Elementor, Envato Elements, and a couple of others. So in the search, type in Elementor. Here it is. So now install and then activate. It'll take you here, so just go back to Plugins and Add New. Search for Premium Add-ons and install this plugin, and then activate it, and go back to Plugins and then Add New. And now search for Envato Elements. Again, install and activate that, and it'll take you to your plugins page. And now deactivate and install the plugins that you aren't going to use by selecting each one like this, and then deactivate from the drop down and apply. Then do the same to delete them, and you should have a message saying to install these two plugins. So click here, then select both of them and install from the drop down. Then they'll both be installed and activated. Perfect. The last plugin you need is called Contact Form 7, which you're going to use for your contact page. So in Plugins, search for that and install and then activate it. Okay, Elementor is the main tool which makes creating a website easier than it has ever been. Drag and drop and just click to edit anything on the page. You'll soon see how great this is. And Envato Elements gives you ready-made websites to work with. So you're not starting from scratch. You basically take a shortcut to success. Plus, these are still all completely customizable, so you can make something truly unique to you. Let's start by creating your homepage, adding these elements and bringing your new website to life. It is so easy. I can't wait to show you. Let's get going in step 3. Okay, let's go to Pages and All Pages. And under Home, click on Edit. Now scroll down and find the Ocean WP settings here, and you want to make sure on header that you've got top bar disabled, and make sure your header style is transparent. And then on title, disable the page title. And footer, you want to disable both of these. And in page attributes, you want to change the template to Elementor full width and click on Update. Then go to Pages and All Pages again and click on Edit under About and Contact and do the same thing. Then remember to update. Now open Home and click on Edit with Elementor. Do this for all your pages, so you've got them all open in Elementor just like this, as well as a tab for your dashboard so you can switch between them. Great, so now all your pages are in Elementor, and this is your Elementor dashboard where you'll see your website come to life with all the different beautiful elements. On the left again, you've got a toolbar with lots of different elements that you can use, such as contact forms, headers, images and lots more. Just before we jump in with Elementor, go to your dashboard tab and find Envato Elements. Here is where you're going to pick the look of your website starting out. Again, all of these are customizable, so anything you choose isn't set in stone. You've got all the freedom you want. It just makes it super quick and easy, and it looks amazing. Remember, I'm going to be helping you through every step of the way, so don't feel overwhelmed. For the home page, I'm going to use one which is here under Corporate. It's this one. Clicking it gets a preview of what it looks like. You can scroll up and down and get a feel for it. How cool is this? I love it. It lets you have a go at the website before you import it. So we'll use this one for the home page. When you're ready, just click on import and it will be imported straight into your Elementor, which we'll be using in a moment. Now go back by clicking the cross and now import this template here as well, as this is going to be your about page. And then scroll along and we'll use this one for your contacts page. These social media icons are pretty useful if you use Facebook or any of those platforms with your business. The last template is on this page. Scroll along and you'll find it here. We'll use just one element in this template, which you'll see later. So let's import this. Fantastic, well done. We're all done here. So now you can click on Dashboard and then open up your homepage tab, which should be in Elementor. Now click here to import a template. Click on My Templates and find the Corporate Business Home template and insert that. That goes straight into your website. You've now got a homepage working. It's amazing how quick it is. It's ready to go. How amazing is that? Now let's go through and customize this to make it unique and personal to you with a beautiful image like this and the rest of the elements like you can see. You can also remove anything you don't want by right-clicking here and selecting remove. It's so flexible. Let's go. So this bit is your header, and we'll start by clicking here to edit the header and add a great looking image, which you can do using your toolbar on the left. Now you would click Style, then by clicking the image, this brings up a window allowing you to use your own images or upload a new one. In Media Library, you'll see you've already got lots of images that came with the templates that you just imported. Click on Upload Files and then Select Files, and you would select the file and image that you'd like to use. Now you might not have any images to use yet, but don't worry at all, because each of these new templates, as you've probably seen already, come with their own images that you can use. I've also got some really good ones for you that you can use. All you do is go over to our blog and download them. So if you want to do that, go over to websitesmadeeasy.tv/blog/create-your-dream-site. Then just click here to download the file. Great, now you should have those. So back in Elementor, remember we clicked here to edit the header image, then style, and then the image here. Upload and select files. And now you find the file you just downloaded and choose the image you'd like to use for your header. Then click Insert at the bottom. This looks amazing. By clicking on this little arrow, you can see your website full screen. I want this header to fill the entire screen, and it isn't right now. In Layout, change minimum height to 100, and this will make your header full size. Now we'll edit this text. Hover over it and click here to bring up the options. I'm going to change the heading text. And in style you can change the typography. I'm going to use Lato for the font and change the weight here to 300. Now I'm going to slightly make this left section larger by clicking and dragging this to the right. Next is the text underneath, and it's basically the same. Click to edit it, and here you can write what you want to, so I'll put, and again in style and typography, change the font to Lato and the size to 18. And I'm going to remove this line by right clicking here and delete. Next is the button. Again, click to edit it and change the size here to medium or whatever you'd like. And you can also add a link in here, which could be for your website, Facebook page, or anything. Another page on your website maybe. And in style again, change the typography and the size to 14 and the weight to 500. In background color, change that to something you like. I'm going to use a nice green. If you'd like to use the same, you can use this code. Just write it in here. Going forwards, it's a good idea to change values to how you want them, as your website may look slightly different to mine, so you may need to enter different values. In advanced, you can change how close all of these elements are to one another. So I'm going to change the button's top padding to 15 so it's not as close. Great, and that's your header done and looking great. One last thing actually, edit your header again and go to style. You've got these options here to change how your image looks. In attachment, change it to fixed. which makes the image stay put as people look around, which looks great. So below you've got lots of other templates you can use, but for this video I'm not going to use these. So to remove them, just click the cross here until you've removed these other elements, but you've kept this one. Fantastic. Now let's add the ones that we want to use. Click on this icon again and then My Templates, and insert the Nutritionist Recipes template. There we go. This is a great looking template, it's really engaging. See, as I go down there's different animations. For this one I'll remove everything but this section here. I want to keep that. Great, and the next section you want is in the Pages area. So click that, and these are Elementor's own templates. Again, you've got lots here to play around with if you would like to, but for now find this template and insert that. And I'll remove everything but this section. This is going to be your footer. Fantastic, well done. Your homepage is looking amazing, it's nearly done. So let's get going customizing your first section, which is this one. Start by simply right clicking here and removing this text by clicking delete. Then edit this heading by clicking it. I'll put WTC system. I'm going to align this in the middle and change the typography in style to Lato and make it a dark grey. I'll do the same for this line here as well. Align it to the middle and change the colour to this nice green again. For the writing, I'll align it to the middle and I'll write, "It's never been easier to create a website." I'll change the font to Lato again, and in advanced I'll use the top margin here to bring it further up towards the line. And you can change these images easily, just click them and you can then click here and edit the gallery to remove images and add to gallery to add any images you want to add in. Simple. And these come up in a really cool lightbox when clicked too. Okay, great. The next section is this one, which I really like. It's really eye-catching, engaging. Let's start by changing the image. So as before, click here to edit the section's image, then style and click the image to change it. I'm going to use this one. And I'll change these options here to get the image to fit the section better. So the size I'll change to cover, and you can change the position too, and also attachment I'll make fixed. I'm also going to add a slight overlay to this to darken the image so the white text shows more on top. So click background overlay and change the colour to something dark. I'm just going to use a grey, then change the blend mode to normal, and then change the opacity to make it darker until you're happy. That's perfect. Now let's do the heading. I'm going to use this one, so I'll delete the text above, and for the heading I'll write, great, and it's a little big, but we'll change that. In style and text color I'll change it to a white, and in typography I'm going to change the font to Lato, and then I'm going to make it slightly smaller and I'll change the weight to 400. For the text underneath you want to basically do the same. Change the font and the color and its size if you'd like to. Just play around and see what works for you. I'm using a white again and Lato of course for the font. You've also got some nice images as well, and all you do is click these to edit them and add your own image, make them bigger or smaller. It's all straightforward. I'm not going to use these, so I'll remove them. For the button you can add your link in here and change the button's text here, as well as its size and an icon here. In style of course you can change the button's colour, as well as the colour it changes to when you hover over it. I'm going to change the button's colour to that nice green again, and change the hover colour to the same thing, but a bit lighter. It's got a cool animation on it which makes it pop up. You can choose from lots of different ones here. There are some really fun ones, so take a look. I'll remove it for this website though. You can change the spacing between the button and text here by going to advanced and changing these values in margin and padding. Okay, this is looking amazing and you're doing so well. You nearly finished with your homepage and your whole website actually, so let's keep going. The last element is your footer. I'm going to remove the heading and instead replace it with some social media icons. So click here to bring up your different tools and search for social media, and you want to use this one, so click and drag that into the element. I'm going to put it here and now align those to the left, and here it allows you to add in any platform you may be using so your visitors can easily visit your Facebook page or Twitter or YouTube. Add in your links here and change anything else you may want to, add more platforms and so on. In style you can make the icons smaller by reducing the size here, and in icon hover you can add an animation when someone hovers over them. For the text underneath, just as before, you can change the size, colour, font, and now I'm going to remove this button and I'll add in a few contact details here. And you're done. It's just the image left to change, which you can easily do by clicking here and then changing that here. I'm going to change it to this one. That looks much better. Now remember to update, and you have just finished your homepage. Congratulations. This is looking really good and you should be proud of yourself. Well done for doing this. You've just done what used to take months and cost thousands of dollars in just a few minutes. Let's quickly save this individual footer section, as it's going to be your footer on other pages of your website as well, so you won't have to find that whole template again and redo it. You can just add this finished footer in. All you do is right click this and click on save as template, then enter a name such as footer and save it. Great, now let's do your about page and contact page. Let's start on the about page, so click that to open it. In your about page you want to add in the template that we imported earlier. Do you remember how to do that? Click this icon, then my templates, and find the corporate business about us and insert that. You want to keep this header and keep this section here, so remove everything else. And at the bottom add your footer, just like before in my templates, insert that. Edit the header and we'll change the image. In style, and then click the image to change it. I'll use this one. That looks much better. Again, I'll use these settings to move the image around and give it a background overlay to make it darker. And in advanced, I'm going to reduce the bottom padding to make this header smaller. Next, I'll align the heading text to the middle and change the font to Lato and make its weight smaller. And then in advanced, I'll make the top margin -120 to bring it up. Okay, next is this section. Let's edit the image by clicking here again and then style. Click the image, and for this one I'll use this image. And I've got it as fixed and cover, so the image stays in place when scrolling about like this. Okay, next let's do this box here. I'm going to edit the actual box itself and go to style, then color, and I'm going to make sure it's got a slight opacity so the image behind shows through a bit. This looks good. Next is the heading, which I'm going to change to Lato and make smaller. I'll remove the line underneath as well as the button. For this text I've got some ready to go, so I'll paste that in and change the font, and that's all done. You've already got your footer in place, so your about page is complete. So lastly is your contact page. So let's go to that and get started. First, add in your contact template, which is the corporate business contact 2. This has got some nice social media icons as well, and we'll be looking at those shortly. So let's start at the top with your header. Edit it to change the image, style, and click here to choose which image you like to use. I'm going to use this one. Then in advanced, I'll make the bottom padding 0. Click the heading text, advanced, and make the top margin -120. Then in style, I'll change the font to Lato, of course, and the weight to about 400. Now with these elements, I'm not going to use the map, but if you'd like to keep it, you can leave it there and edit it using the options on the left. You can set it to where you're based by just filling in the address here and using the other options to fully customize it to how you want. I'm going to remove it, however, because we're going to use a contact form here instead. I'm going to tidy this up a bit, removing this line and text, the address icon and text, and some of the text down here as well. At the top, I'll edit the heading like usual, and I'll move these icons up here and make them smaller by going into style and adjusting the size like that. I'll also make the top padding 20, so bring them down a bit. Again, in content, you can change or add your social media platforms really easily, again by just clicking to expand these, adding in your links and so on. I'm going to make these icons slightly smaller by editing them and adjusting the size like that, and I'm going to change their colour to that green again. That's much better. Okay, now I'm going to move this whole section to the right, and I'm going to have the contact form on the left. So I'll click here and drag it over like this. Now bring up your tools again and search for contact and use this one, Premium Contact Form 7. Drag it over here and place it in the left section. You might not have a form come up yet, but we'll create one in a moment. Now I'm going to remove these other sections down here. Of course, feel free to keep any if you'd like to. So now, update to save everything, and we'll quickly create a contact form for this page. On your dashboard, go to Contact and Contact Forms. You'll probably have a default contact form, so delete this, and then click on Add New. All you do is give your contact form a name, and believe it or not, you're done. This writing down here is your form, and unless you know what you're doing, you shouldn't touch this as it may stop it from working. If you don't want a specific field, just highlight everything between the label and / label, and then delete that, and it won't appear on your form. Now go to your contact page and Elementor, find the contact form, edit it, and select your new form from the drop down here, and it'll pop into your page. You may need to make 2 forms and then select your main form from the list. Sometimes this is the only way it works, so just create another form, then select the one that you want. You can change the colours by going to Style and the appropriate area, like in Button you can change the background colour just like this, and in Labels you can do the same. Congratulations, you've got a website set up and ready to go. How amazing does it look? You've got just one more step, and that's to add a menu to the top, so your visitors can easily look around and find your other pages. So, update to save everything, and on your dashboard go to Appearance and Menus. Give your menu a name, and then simply select the pages you want to appear in your menu, and then click on Add to Menu. You can reorder them like this, so I'm going to have Home, About and Contact. Now make sure to select Main and save your menu. Now go to Appearance and Customize, and we'll edit your menu's colours at the top and remove this line. So go to Header and General, and make sure this is unselected to remove the line. Then go back and go to Menu, and you've got a links effect option here. I'm going to use Underline Up, and we'll see this in a moment. Now change the links effects colour. I'll use the green again, and the same for the link color hover, and current menu item. Now publish, and go to typography and main menu, where you can change the font and the size of your menu. I'm going to make it slightly bigger. And now if we have a look at your new website, whoa, how beautiful is this? Be proud of what you've just accomplished. You've got your very own website up and running. The next steps are up to you. We can help you take it much further with more free videos, tips and tricks and advice over on our website. I'm Theo with websitesmadeeasy.com.